Yakassai, we want to thank you so much indeed for this opportunity to talk to you and for you to indeed open up to Nigeria, to Nigerians, to draw inspiration and learn from your experiences over the past 98 years of your existence. And pretty much of that was dedicated to our democratic evolution as a people.
Yes.
So we thank you. And how has it been for you? I mean, you are just about the most experienced man that have been in your presence over these years.
You are most welcome. You see, it will interest you to know that at present I'm the only surviving child of my parents, and we are 3 in total. The most senior ones were 2. That's why I'm called Tanko. In Hausa culture, if you are a boy born after at least 2 sisters, you are Tanko or Matu. The same in Nigeria, they call themselves either Tanko or Matu. Surviving children of my parents, the female ones, my seniors, were no more. They only have their siblings, their grandchildren. I started, like most of Hausa Fulani children, going to Quran school. And I attended Quran school. I was born in Kano, Koromata, Quarters, an adjacent area to Yakassai. And then my parents moved to a town called Hardawa in Misau Emirate of Bauchi State presently. And after a few years of their movement to Bauchi, I actually agitated that I want to stay with them. So after 2 years, I moved to Hardawa, stay with them for another 2 years. And that is where I completed the first round of the reading of the Holy Quran. And then I went for the second round. I completed also the second round before leaving Hardawa. The school I was taken to was called Madam Musa Dankore Quran School. And it was very popular in Hardawa. And we had a lot of schoolmates. Some of them, or most of them, are dead now. I don't think there's anyone more living. So I came back to Kano after 2 years, and I started learning the profession of tailoring from my father. My father was a tailor. He was a tailor, but he became a master tailor with some juniors under him. So I learned from them, the juniors. And when I came back to Kano, I went straight to the profession of tailoring. Before my father went to Hardawa, he used to be given a contract of making uniform for Kano school pupils. But when I came from Hardawa, they engaged another contractor, this time on full-time basis. And unfortunately, a few years after that, the tailor died. So when I came back to Kano, I concentrated on tailoring as my profession, and in the course of that, pursuing that profession, I was practically doing it in the market, as market called Rimi Market is still there, and the area is named after the market. So this is why they call it Rimi. Rimi is a group, is a place within Yakassai. Yakassai is the biggest quarters within Kano City. So in the course of my profession, I was operating at Rimi markets. I managed to befriend this tailor who is senior to me. And he has a colleague who is also a tailor, very expert in tailoring. So he coached me to the profession. So I was a very good tailor. As a result of that, I made a lot of friends. Most of my friends were from other parts of Kano State. The Kano City is historically divided into two. There's what they call High Hadi. That is a section of the House of Fulani, but they call them Hadi because in the olden days, when most of the houses were pagans, so the area was termed Hadi area. Then there is a part they call Fulani, Hayim Fulani. That's part of area known as Fulani, part of the city. So this is where Yakassai is situated. And the same, the market that I was talking about, Rimi Market. So thereafter, well, in the course of my tailoring profession, the headmaster of Kano School was a friend to my father. Asked my father to give him somebody who will be making uniform for middle school pupils. And my father directed me to be the tailor of Kano Middle School. And I was doing that on a regular basis. And among the pupils who were in Kano Middle School at that time, people like, I don't think there's anybody also who is alive. I can mention a few of the people who were in the school, in middle school at that time. With me, people like Mutari Sarikin Bai, like Haji Kabiru Bayero, the senior brother of Ado Bayero, the late Emir of Kano, Metama Sule, Sule Gaya, and others. So I befriended them also at that time. As a result, they were giving me their personal dresses to sew for them. And we still remain friends with most of them after their life. So I made a lot of friends among the pupils in Kano Middle School, including late Emir, his senior brother and junior brothers like Hamidu Bayero, and many, Matama Sule too, when he was in Kano Middle School, and Sange Zawa, many others. So the result was that through them, I was attending evening classes at Shahuchi Elementary School, which is near Rivi Market. One of my natural habits is learning. I like to learn, even now. Last night,
At
I was
98.
sleeping, at 98. Last night I was sleeping, I woke up around 2 o'clock. I went to the toilet, I came back, I couldn't sleep anymore. I took my book, my handset, my telephone. So I like reading, I like to learn. So I befriended them in Kano school. So as a result of that, I was sewing their own personal dresses for them. A lot of them. So from there, I continued to do that for a number of years. I was in Kano school when Northern People Congress, Jamia Mutanariwa, was formed in Kano. And most of the youth who joined the organization were all students of Kano Middle School, like Wetamasile, Sarikimbai, Sariki Alha, and the rest of them. So that attracted me to the Northern People's Congress. So I was a founding member. I attended its first congress, first convention at El Junior Cinema in Kano. So with this, I started learning Western education from Shahuchi Elementary School. But as a result of my relationship with most of the Kano Middle School students, I also developed interest in learning English language. So they, my friends, became my teachers. And they were also helping me to learn English and to correct my way of speaking English language and also my way of writing English language. We did that up to the level of, after I finished the level of elementary school in Shahuchi, then they taught me up to the level of middle two level in Kano. So Matomas used to joke at me that after all I was his student, even though I'm senior to him by age. So I enjoyed, I really valued that experience in my life. This English I'm talking with now, I learned it in Kano Middle School. Not through the formal way, but through an informal way, through the friendship with some of the students that were my
in Kano Middle School at the time.
Yes.
Now, when you look at the political journey
Yes.
For yourself as an individual and the phases and changes,
Louder.
is there any marked difference? How did we change? Can you tell us about the evolution of politics?
Well, I was invited to the first meeting of the Jamia Mutanari, which was the MPC, and which I attended, and that was in 1949. Then, because of my friendship with the people who took part in the formation of that party, that organization was a cultural organization at that time. I became interested. That was my first interest, first time of my taking interest in politics. Before then, I attended a rally by NCNC in 1946. A delegation of NCNC was in Kano in 1946, led by the first leader of the party, late Dr. Harvard Macaulay. So I went there. They were speaking in English. My English was not sufficient for me to understand what they were talking about. But they were having a translator, an interpreter, by name of Yahya Addad, one of the founding fathers of political system in northern Nigeria. He was based at Agege in Lagos. So it was Yahya Addad who was translating speeches which those who are speaking in English into Hausa. Then they explained that their party was a party formed to fight for the independence of Nigeria from British colonial rule. They explained why Nigeria must be independent of British colonial domination. And I became interested. It was appealing to me that I didn't want any domination. That if we can rule ourselves out of British domination, I'll be happy. So that was what attracted me to politics first. So I took interest in NCSC. I didn't join, but I was interested in it. I was attending their meeting. My English was not sufficient enough. But that helped me also to improve on my spoken English. Now, by 1949, when MPC was formed as Jam'iyyar Mutanen Arewa, and when I was invited by friends like Pt1, Sarki Gaya, and the rest of them, Sulagaya, so I took interest. That was the first time that I took interest of becoming a politician. I was just a supporter or a watcher from 1946 to 1949. But by 1949, after listening to the first convention of NPC, when people like Saad Zungu, Bello Kanu, and the rest of them were speaking, I was very much impressed with what they were saying, so I decided to be a category member of the party. So that was the history of how I joined politics at the early age of my life.
And the grassroots also.
I was at the Nepos grassroots party when later on I joined it. Because Nepo was formed in August 1950 or there. No, yes, 1950 or thereabout. I can't remember now, but if you can check, you can get the date to correct. So it was my association with friends, like my Thomas were members of NPC, that made me to take interest in politics. And eventually, when NEPO was formed, under the leadership of late Alhaji Abba Mekwaro, I was impressed by the way they spoke about how common people were oppressed, not only by the British, but also by the traditional rulers and so on. I took interest very, very serious influence, such that eventually I took my membership card and I became an active party member. I was attending weekly meeting of the Kano branch of NEPU after joining the party.
Now, when you look at the establishment of Nigeria as a sovereign entity, gaining independence from the British, and then you juxtapose that with the ideals of our founding fathers, the Azikiwes, the Sardonas of Nigeria, the Obafemi Awolowos of Nigeria. Those founding fathers, do you think that what they really wanted for Nigeria was something that was sustainable?
Well, they wanted freedom, independence. Actually, SNC had a song, freedom for you, freedom for me, freedom for everybody. Everybody must be free. So I was attracted by the struggle for freedom. And apart from the NCNC, the action group also was very active in the north. But unfortunately, the leadership of the two parties particularly were mainly made up of Southerners. So I decided when NEP was formed and I came to know about its existence and attended some of their meetings, I was attracted. So I attended the first convention of NEP at El Junior Cinema, and this is why I also decided to enroll as a current member of the party. So I continued to attend meeting of the NEPU branch in Kano after that time, continuously until the end of NEPU. Eventually, I became one of the leaders of the party. I was better known as publicity secretary of the party more than any publicity secretary of a northern-based political party to now.
So, what our founding fathers wanted was just freedom. After achieving that freedom from colonial rule,
Yes.
it seems to suggest that after that, I mean, from the First Republic,
Yes.
what we had,
Yeah.
delving into the Second Republic,
Yeah.
and then the military now comes in,
Yeah.
and then back to democracy again.
Yes.
This one step forward, one step backwards. Can we trace why we have been unable as a people to make that significant departure, or should I say advancement, from when we started as independence?
From my experience, the coalition of Nigerian politics started with the coup d'etat that overthrew the first republic leadership of the country. The first set of leaders, they really meant well for this country. Although, because of original setup in the country at that time, the leaders were regional leaders. NCNC, though a national party, the circumstances forced the President to concede to NCNC to becoming a regional party, not by its name or by its manifesto, but the circumstances of the way the politics was practiced at that time. Because at that time, MPC in the north was led by Sir Ahmad Bello Sardauna Sokoto. Action Group in the west was led by Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. And NCNC, a national party, but was led in the east by Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. So the result was that the foundation, the original foundation of political party system in Nigeria was distorted as a result of the coup that truncated our first attempt at building democracy. Because it were those leaders who really fought for our independence. And each one of them had his own program. For instance, Sardauna Sokoto, his main commitment was the education of Northerners so that they would be at par with their southern compatriots. The NCNC was a party led by Albert Macaulay, a foremost nationalist in Nigeria, so it was for the independence of Nigeria. Action Group at that time was more concerned with the trend that NCNC, led by an Igbo man, was likely to control Western region, a Yoruba dominated area. So at that time, even the currently Delta and Edo states were part of Western region. So the action group was formed largely by the Yorubas to wrest political or to prevent